A few of the things that I liked, or I guess identify and briefly describe one important concept, research, finding, or theory that you've learned from this reading. I'm very linear and logical in the way that I think and approach issues and problems, and I'm assuming I'll be that way with teaching as well. And so I really like this concept of backwards design, and in that with clear achievement expectations in Chapter 3 that we're doing tonight. The part that I really liked, there were two parts. The one was near the beginning of the chapter where they had those 5 reasons why students might not be keeping up or whatever, and the first one was they don't have the prerequisite knowledge. The second was they have an unclear understanding of what is expected of them. The third is our teaching strategies are inadequate or whatever. The fourth one, what was the fourth one? I forget what the fourth one was. Our students lack the confidence to risk trying, and then the fifth one is some outside force prevents them, whether an emotional trauma or they're moving around or whatever it is. So I really like that as far as looking at attacking and using assessment. I feel very much those are a good kind of 5 questions to come back to if students aren't achieving in this constant thing of self-evaluation. I'm super competitive, and so my self-evaluation and assessment is always going, and I'm very hard on myself. But I think those are a good 5 things to keep in mind as that'll help me troubleshoot and problem solve why I'm not getting where I need to be getting with my students. And so I guess that ties into C, how can I apply this in my teaching practicum? I think those are a good 5 questions to always have in the back of your mind as we're moving forward and assessing and stuff. Those are good questions to be asking, I guess, if I'm not hitting my success factors and my goals for my students, if they're not getting there, or if there's, maybe there's a common theme, or that'll help me identify the reasons of why I'm not doing. So I guess that fits in very much to formative assessment. Those are good questions to be consistently asking. That's also why I think it's important. The other one that I liked is the student-friendly targets that they talked about with the Milwaukee, Wisconsin team or whatever. I like this thing where I feel like when I was in school, it was like secretive what our learning goals were. Like I felt like we were just doing like assignments and projects and not really being told why we're doing them or what we're trying to learn, just being like, here, do this. So then kind of at the end, if we learned something, be like, we tricked you, you learned this, instead of being like, here's what we want you to get out of this. And so I really like that, the whole thing of, and I think that again fits in with backwards design and giving students ownership as we help them come up with things like their own rubrics and stuff like that. They give the example of summarization, and I really like that, just this whole thing. Our goal is we want students to understand what it means to summarize something. We define the key term in simple language, rewrite the definition into I can statements. So the whole thing, I can summarize text. This means I can make a short statement of the main ideas. And so I like that. Questions has this reading raised for you? I don't really understand why they gave all the different overviews of different ways of reasoning, like the comparative reasoning, the Bloom taxonomy, the inductive and deductive inference, and different things like that. I don't, maybe I'm tired or I missed something, but I don't see how that really connects into this chapter. And so if we could maybe go over that in class or something, that would be awesome. Just to, like the analytical reasoning and stuff, like I get what they're trying to say and I get the main themes of those, but I don't know why we're discussing those as much. Maybe I missed something, but that's kind of my questions. Cool. See you tomorrow.